Let's now look at an example from South Sudan. Here, many children have only one meal a day. A local agricultural consultant helped develop school gardens to supplement young children's diets and provide them with food alternatives. In many of our rural areas also, normally you don't get 3 meals a day. You may get 1, in some cases 2. And so how do you supplement? You don't get meals not because there is the stuff there and you don't know what to do with it. The problem is the raw materials are not there. When the raw materials are not there, that's what you need to focus on. And so school gardens, home gardens, kitchen gardens help develop this facility for young people and for their families so that at least you can get 2 to 3 good, proper meals a day because you are growing your own food or part of the food supply that you need. You can't grow everything, but there are some things that you could certainly grow. Vegetables are a good example. So if we want young people to have a good, nutritious meal or 2 a day, let us teach them how to grow their own food and take care of their food gardens. School gardens teach gardening and strengthen food security. They also impart the principles of ecology, the origins of food, and respect for all living systems. So you see, there is a lot of learning through environmental issues that children do, informally, without having to read through textbooks and pass exams. So gardening skills, you learn ecology skills, you learn principles of food farming, and you learn respect for all living things. Why? Because all living things need food. Plants need food, animals need food, humans need food. And nutritious food is what we need. Just food is not good enough. Otherwise, we could survive on junk food, which is not good for anybody. We need good, nutritious food. And when we grow our own, we know it is clean, it is free of pesticides, it is free of contamination. Things you buy in the market today, produced through mass farming techniques, are not necessarily all safe and healthy. Within the principles of child-centered pedagogy, gardens link to the rest of the school's curricula, from literature to mathematics to science. So, gardening is like a storytelling. You can develop stories around it. Mathematics, because numbers, how much soil, how much water, what distance to put the plants at, and so on. What is the yield? How many tomatoes did you get, or how many cucumbers did you get? What was the area that you put for gardening? And then, of course, science. What do you do? How do you make sure that your garden is healthy? So you see how different areas of the curricula automatically get covered when children are exposed to and involved in informal learning that benefits not only their intellect, but also other areas of their own personal development. Examples include calculating, drawing, and building garden plots, which includes, of course, math and geometry, and the use of gardens to inspire reading and writing about nature, literature, creative writing. So lots of options. Once the garden is there, you can have students do a lot of mathematical calculations. You could have students write stories, develop a sequence activity. You can have students learn about science. What are the nutritional values? What is a tomato good for versus what is a cucumber good for? What is a potato good for versus why should we eat onions, and so on and so forth. So it's up to the teacher to then make sure that the intellect of the child flourishes based on what the child is involved in through environmental education. These activities also strengthen values such as cooperation and respect for nature and each other. Because students are working as a team, in groups, cooperation is essential. These are lifelong skills that students will need. In the real world, if we don't cooperate today, we are not going to be able to survive, because no individual is a one individual show. We need a group, and we need to cooperate and work with the group. So again, through activities like this, what we are teaching children are lifelong skills that they will need to be successful in their real world.